And hello everyone, I'm Nuno the Second, and today we are here for round number 2 of Ultimate League Season 13. And today you're gonna be racing in Harschuleven. I think that's the name, and yeah, it's really hard to pronounce, so I hope I don't offend the German guys, even though I've been told a lot of times how to pronounce the goddamn name, but yeah, either way, I believe I must have played on this track on Soccer Race Driver 2, I'm not really sure, with the DTM cars, but either way, round number 2, so we got already one race, and so we got standings already, and it's Anti leading the way after he took a very surprising win in Austria, which was certainly very, very surprising. He got now Corvid, very crucially, starting on pole position right now. Provisional pole lap of 28 of 67, it's a very solid lap. Look at this, Anti, also the championship leader now, starting in second place to Marian Fries, who I think might be the strongest driver on the grid, starting on third place at the moment, but this is just one lap out of 3, so we still have 2 more laps. Let's see who is gonna take provisional pole now, if it's Corby gonna take it. Surprisingly though, Kraft only P10 at the moment, he's one of the strongest drivers. There we go, Yushek up on the grid, and Sobol up into third now, tied with Marian Fries, with Axel his words up to P5. He's got then Rosim and Meter right now, only P10 at the moment, with Kubo also P12. He's been not looking strong in qualifying, but I believe he might be able to make it up during the race. But either way, it's Corby now. Corby starting still on provisional pole. Can't someone take it away from him? There's still some room for improvement. Who's gonna take it now? And it's Rosim up to second place, very close, but not close enough. Also, very, very close as well. Oh my god, that's a hell of a tight qualifying here. Almost as close as it was in Austria. So you got then Corvid starting on pole position with a lap of 28 of 67 and just 100 behind. You got Sol and Rosim tied. And then you got Mind Freeze also tied with Sexy Digger there. Sexy Digger finally making his return as he missed round number 1. Then you got Chargity starting in P6. Then you got Anti, our championship leader, starting in P7. Then Kraft starting P8. Looking very promising today as he got 2 wins today in the CL. Then you got Axel These Words in P9 ahead of Kamikaze. Today coming back to Ultimate League after quite a while, I believe. I'm not really sure when was his last time he raced. Might have been in maybe even season 8. It's been quite a long time, but either way, then you got, or maybe actually season 11 potentially. I'm not really sure, but yeah, then you got Gironi ahead of 30 meters, starting quite a far back on his home Grand Prix. Then you got Grandy as well with huge struggles there. Same with Kubo. Then you got Kado, it's just ahead of the full forces there. Matimar and Goetzi starting at the back of the grid. So we got a separation of 6 tenths, exactly 6 tenths from first to last place. So still a very, very close race to the, and things are really looking interesting. As we got an Andy who could potentially still be a title candidate, as he got second place in the first round. Today missing today's race, but he should be back to his own track and also his own home Grand Prix in Matra. But yeah, today he's missing, so he's Kamikaze, that's why But Sobol, maybe back to his title winning form, as he took the title last season, but first race of the season was not that convincing, as he I think only took P12 or P11, but Levy check if
it does.
But either way, alright, so here we go, the drivers are ready. Looks like we're gonna have a wet start here. Is someone starting on the dry those? Looks like everyone going for the intercept 30 meter and the race, so this is looking very, very interesting. It's a cloudy start, so that might be very, very risky as the rain can come back. But either way, Purvy started still on the lead of the race here. See a big light there. Oh my god, Sexy Digger Money Free. Again, Money Free is having a really bad start with Sexy Digger on having a nice return right now. Is Rosima at the moment in third place. As we got then Sobol right now trying to go with that not be a good idea here. That could be very risky. As Corvin is very, very pingy. But yeah, looks like Corvin is still keeping the lead. This might be very, very... His best results was in Kimi Ring as he first and only podium at the moment. And there's been a lot of moments that he would like to get back on that podium, but it has not been possible in Season 12 with a lot of struggles and a lot of bad days. But today would finally be the day where he finally gets that win, or at least the podium. But right now things are really looking well. As you can see right now, you got Kado and Sexy Digger right behind. There's got to be a lot of chaos right here. And also Rosin looking to take second place as everyone now dies. And let's see about recent Animator. They're both the only drivers who starting on the dries. And look at this animator jumping a lot of positions. He was down to second place and now he's up place. Oh, this is very huge once again, just like we saw with Kubo in Austria. Now we've seen the animator here, but now he's gonna get completely slowed now by all of the group, and he has all the tires, so that's for him to stay on the slipstream. As we see going for a leg rocket there as Anti goes wide. As you got then the RMC drivers are being very close to each other, and you got mine in his mix right here. As we see now, Anti gets completely pushed off. Now he's down to P11 with Lexi right behind him. Then you got Kubo as well, not having an easy start this time around. As then you got Tourist now back into the mix as everyone is pitted, but now he has the other soft tires. But now looking more at the front, I think I saw someone getting a penalty, but either way, Scarvy is still leading the race now, alone with Sawo and Kado as well. Will Kado swim though? That's very crucial. He takes the penalty now. He's gonna get cut up by the other group here, battling for third place now as Mine Free takes that position, the last step off the podium, with then Kado in second of that group. Then you got the Mayhem drivers on Prix here as now. Kado, I think, loses the slipstream there. Now Rosin tried to go for the overtake. Dives on the inside line. So this is allowed Mine Freeze to get away from this group. But now I think Kado is taking the slipstream, might be very, very close. Would be very close to get it as soon as possible, because otherwise everyone would be stuck behind Kado, very desperate to pass him. But I think Kado might be slipstreaming Marin right now, but he's braking and the distance is big. As you see now, he goes off the track. Now Rosin desperately tries to pass him on inside, but doesn't do well. But yeah, we know things going a little bit much chill, but there's still quite a lot of battles here. We got Graf, and now Anti and Reese going off the track. Oh, like rockets. And this could be very controversial. Now they are joined by Kamikaze for the last few positions, and now the Anti who won the last race now down into last place here, and this is looking very, very feisty right here. Then Kamikaze, I think, like what there, what here, they're all stuck behind. Oh my god, big crash there with the race and Anti. There's certainly going to be a lot of talking after this. As looking at the front, Corvin and Solo, they're all shielding at the front. Mine Free is very close there with Kado and Rosin in this battle for third place. Then you got Charge AT, Jruni, and then Grandi here as the tires are looking that great at the moment. But I think Danny's tires are something even worse, as it's actually starting with soft tires on the wet conditions. But it did pay out, I think, maybe, although he's sort of losing, so I'm not really sure actually. But yeah, either way, you've got Kado and Rosim here in sort of a battle here, just trying to stay behind Mine Freeze. That's a very crucial thing. There's now Rosim that's pushed off the track now, and he's gonna get caught up by Charge AT right now. So that's looking very, very interesting. As we see now, I think Kado once again getting pushed off the track. But yeah, then you got here, it's Rosin, Charge AT, Rajuni, and Sexy Digger. They're all looking very chilly here. So let's look at this battle for P9. We got Kubo leading this group with then the full forces here. Let's in Mighty Mar, they both starting like P16 and P17, so a good start for them. As they once again finding their way into the midfield. At least let's see, finished P11, he got his best ever results last race in Austria, now looking for a repeat that at the moment. So let's see, really finding his pace and good form right now from him at the moment. Some of it might not really be the pace, but sometimes being able to avoid some of the crashes might be very, very useful. As I believe Corvin has already pitted that this could be very, because he's gonna find a lot of traffic. He's down to P13, so that's close. The grid is at how big also the pit stops are, and unlike Austria, the pit stops are really, really big. As if you look at the strategy, I think the softs are really superior, at least 3/10 faster than the mediums alone. And but at the same time, the pit stops are really, really big. 9 seconds, I believe. It is a lot of time that you lose. At least 4 seconds more compared to Austria, which was a very, very short pit stop. But you got here Corvin now catching up to this group. There's Kubo and Kado now dive into the pits. And now it's Sobo leading the way, with Rosim second and Sexy Digger up to third place. As they're still yet to make a second pit stop, but things are looking very interesting here. Sexy Digger's tires might getting better than Rosim's tires potentially, but now he goes off the track, making some mistakes here, which is not ideal. As then we got Graf now passing Letsley there on the inside, but he might be pitting very soon. And yeah, no, he's actually staying out. That's very surprising here. He might get undercutted by some of the drivers as we got then Mind Freeze now and Charge AT here. Charge AT going for a good strategy here. Slipstreaming one of the fastest drivers, if not the fastest driver, right here in Mind Freeze in P8 at the moment. Not really good start as she got involved into a crash in turn 3. So that saw her dropping a lot of positions, but now she's on way up to the grid. As last time, in the last race, she did a very impressive thing, which was going from P16 up to 3rd place, and that was really an amazing performance, and that could be a champion's drive, I would say. And today now, as you can see, she's up into 3rd, P4 already, which could be, I think, net 2nd place at the moment, as Sobel might be pitting soon. No, he's actually staying out to Sexy Digger pit though. No, he stays out as well, with Corvin already catching up to them. This could be interesting. I think Sobel might be going for a bit of a tire off-test strategy, just going for something completely different. And maybe that might find his way to the top step of the podium. But right now you can see Corvin having some struggles passing Sexy Digger, but now he goes for the sideline. And now he gets at the position. And I see someone is echoing. If you could mute yourself. Okay. Alright, either way, we got then Sexy Digger versus Corvin. I think he's just trying to stay behind that slipstream. He really needs it. And it could be very useful as well. As Salvo's currently leading the way. He might be actually saving one pit stop at the moment. So Corvin really needs to watch out for the Dutchman, and this could be a very huge thing in the race. Same thing here with Galaxy, just extending the hell out of those hard tires. And now he's going to the pits. Same with Gironi. Gironi has one pit stop, so you can see how this, as long as you get some slipstreaming, so that's very crucial. But yeah, now we got also Marin Freeze on inside, getting past Sexy Diggers as well, and yeah, those tires are dead. There's not really much you can do at the moment. And now Marin Freeze up into 2nd place though, with those undercuts. Let's see where Sobel is. Sobel now in P8. But a lot of the drivers ahead, they have one extra pit stop, but quite all the tires here, so yeah, I think Sobel doesn't really have much to worry about unless it rains right now. Bad for on lap 18 at the moment. Yeah, now he's catching up to Danimator and Grady. He tries to go for the inside line. There he goes, he gets easily past the Fiend. Now he's gonna go for the inside of Danimator as well. Getting past through this traffic right here. As this is the moment where he could be losing a lot of the time, but now he managed to do it very quickly. That's why he's our season 12 world champion. And pretty much the current champion at the moment. And also the driver with the most experience out of everyone on its grid. The only driver who has made at least one race on each season. But yeah, then we got Corvin leading the way, then Charge AT in 2nd place, but he might be pitting very soon. Those mediums are looking very old. Now Cardo dives into the pits from 4th place, and yeah. Alright, then we got Charge AT leading the way. Then it's Sobel now in 2nd, and it's Rosim now in 3rd place. As Corvin has pitted in the meantime for the medium tires. And now he's very close to his teammates right now. Mari Freeze and they both have very similar tires, so that's very interesting. Although I think, yeah, Corvin has slightly better tires. But then we got here Kubo on all the... But either way, you got then the FGR drivers here, Corvin and Mari Freeze, looking very strong today. I think they are like 3rd in the constructor standings with 28 points, just 3 points behind LSA. Might lose a lot of points then with Kamikaze currently in last place, but Solo in 1st place. So once again, just like in Austria, we got a big LSA sandwich at some point in the race. Okay, but here we got Squazim now trying to slipstream Sobel, who has the soft tires. So there's a lot of dynamics here with the strategies. And we got Journey now in P5, then it's Kubo, Kraft, and Sexy Digger, then Charge GT now on the mediums. And Charge GT has the fresh tires right now. He has four drivers group here at the front, and he desperately needs to get past these drivers, otherwise he's going to time. Same thing with Sexy Digger, who also has fresh hearts here. Currently is Juroni with older soft tires leading this group, but looks like Charge GT is just taking his time, but he really needs to get the move on. And maybe tries to go for the inside of Sexy Digger. Sexy Digger also doing nothing right now, so they're really time. But this is not looking that well. Because now we got some battling here with Rozim and Sobel. Rozim once again looking very impatient. Now he goes for the switchback move. And now he's going to take the provisional lead here. There he goes. Rozim up into first place. But Sobel might try to take it back potentially, or he might go into the pits. And there he goes now into the pits now. Got then Corvid and Mine Frias now up into second and third place. And now chasing the Dutch driver. Might be looking, actually the German driver might be looking for another cut, just like Sobel. So things are really starting to look interesting. And now Sobel goes for the medium tires, as he believes it's the tires that Corvid and Mine might go next stint. So I think he's really trying to have some understanding of what's happening on this race. And now he gets past Denimator, who is now looking to the sticky slipstream. And once again, I think Charge GT has finally got past all these drivers now. But he has Kado right behind him. That might not be the most ideal things. But maybe Kado will just stay behind, as he gets a little bit pushed there on the outside. And then they got Kraft here with Kubo, and that's the STP drivers here battling Kraft as they go now side by side. But yeah, Kraft really he could certainly be doing much better, but right now things are not gone that well, as he makes a little mistake there. Let's allow Kubo to get past, and now Sobel tries to go for the sideline. And yeah, but yeah, we got then Sexy Digger here in P5 with Sobel, then it's the two Mayhem drivers with Rozim on fresh hard tires now. Looks like something got undercut by Sobel, but he's already right behind him. And there's certainly some mayhem happening right here. It's Rozim versus Sexy Digger now. Push on inside, and now Denimator goes for the overtakers. Now I think Sexy Digger got pushed right there. He got a little bit pushed by both the Mayhem drivers. But yeah, then we got Gallo now pitting for old soft tires. He now goes for fresh new soft tires as well. But yeah, there's a lot of things going on. It's actually really hard to keep track of what the hell is even happening during this entire race. But yeah, currently is Corvid leading the way on old mediums. I think Marin Fries has pitted very recently. It looks like she went for another cut on his teammates. Corvid decides to stay out when there's only 21 laps to go, so we're actually getting much closer now to the end of the race. And now it's Corvid leading the way, then Charge GT is second. Double on newer tires. He might actually make one extra pit stop until the end of the race. Or maybe not really, no, because now they have the exact same amount of pit stops, so it might be actually Corvid making that extra pit stop. But yeah, it should be very interesting to see where this is gonna go. The Sobel is certainly gonna be trying to catch up to the Australian driver with Rozim on fresher hard tires, just trying to slipstream him for now. And then they got a very fast Mine Freeze trying to catch back to them. And I think Corvid is trying to get good use of this fresh air right now as he's leading the way. But he might be pitting soon, and there he goes. Charge GT also pitting with him. So look at this, Charge GT actually very close to him as well. So this is very nice from the British driver. Actually finding some pace. Maybe he's hoping that Corvid gets stuck behind someone and gets his slipstream back. But now he's getting slipstream from Kado, who might be able to then at least stay behind Corvid for the moment. So this could be a huge thing for Charge GT now to get good use of the hearts. But now Corvid, we may have got pushed out of the track, and now Charge GT I think is falling behind now. But can he come back now? We got here some battling between Corvid and Kado. As Kado now goes for the sideline of Corvid. This is not really great now for the Australian driver. The Sexy Digger gets pushed wide. He has really old hard tires at the moment. Okay, then we got still Sobel leading the way now. Free is catching up to that lead group at the moment. With then Gironi leading the second group, but soon I think Corvid will go for the move here. Gironi goes into the pits. Same thing with Cado. Cado went to the pits on very fresh of tires. What happened there? I believe he might got shoved into the pits. Oh my god, not really looking that great for Cado right now. He's gonna lose a lot of positions. And I'll be pretty much on the same strategy as Gironi. We're certainly doing a lot of pit stops, doing the most pit stops out of everyone, just racing on the soft tires. Might be the tire that he finds most comfortable with, but either way, it's Free is now leading the race. It draws him in Sobel, but Corvid, who has better tires at the moment, might be looking to catch up to this group. And Sobel might be looking to just slipstream here. He has the oldest tires of everyone front group. And can he stay behind here? He can. And then you got this big battle here. We got Denimator now trying to catch back to Sexy Digger, who has very old tires. With Kubo just staying behind Kraft, also Grandy. And yeah, this is there's a lot of slipstream groups right here. This is pretty much a slipstream fest at the moment. So everything is pretty much being done with strategy. But not gonna lie, it's been really hard to just follow everything that's happening right. There's everyone's pitting at all the times, completely different times. It becomes really hard to find. With 14 laps to go, is he gonna go for hard or is he gonna go for the soft? And he goes for the soft, so he's gonna be pitting one more time. Will that work though? Because the pit stops are very big, and so this could be looking very interesting. Now he needs to get past all of this group right here with Denimator, Kuban, half for P5 at the moment. He has 3 places to make up. He's gonna get past Kraft gonna get him pass on inside. Now there he goes, Sobel on the back straight. He goes around the outside of Kubo, and now he's gonna have to pass. Then he gets pushed on inside. Kubo's gonna pass him back, and now Sobel makes another mistake there. A lot of time just lost out there. That is not really looking great. So now there he goes. Kubo lets him pass. Then he made to do the same though. Now there you go. Sobel finally up into P5, but he did lost 1 lap with all of that. So you can see how much cleaner is very crucial here. As we still see Free is leading this group. She might just do 1 more pit stop until the end of the race. And like Sobel, who's certainly gonna have to pit 1 more time. But I think all of the drivers behind might also just pit 1 more time, so Sobel, who's been battling for that lead of the race, might actually end up very far behind.
We did notice one thing interesting, that Kato, even though he had his struggles and the pit incident, he's got the fastest lap of the race with the 28.25.
Yeah, that's actually a very fast lap, and certainly with some safety may think possible, so... But yeah, at least 1 extra point for Kato, but yeah, looks like both of the RMCs are up into the top 10, so that's a really great result for them. But now we see some massive battle right here. What was even Kubo going side by side with each other. Now Free goes past Denimator there, and now she's up into P4. I believe she has done his last pit stop at the moment, which is now 10 laps to go as soon as she crosses the line. And now Chargeti still yet to pit for 1 more time. I think he's gonna go for the softs as soon as he pits, so he might do it with 8 laps to go. So let's at least 2 more laps on those hards. So this is looking very interesting. It's where everything comes together. And we start to see who got the strategy right and who got it wrong. Yeah, the rain has just appeared at the beginning, and since then, it has not been not really that huge of an influence. Apart from the fact that Denimator and Jurist went for the dry tires and got quite some positions, but at the same time they have old tires, so not really sure if it worked that really well. But yeah, we got here Denimator very close to his brother, as him as fresh hard tires. They made on the old mediums. But yeah, this is really looking confusing. We now got Anti up into P9, but he's gonna have to pit again, and everyone behind him fresh tires, so he's gonna lose some position for sure. As he got here Sexy Dig and Anti just going side by side there, a little bit of squabbling, but I think it's all clean. As now Anti still decides to stay behind, but he's gonna have to pit for pretty soon, I reckon. As now we got Denimator, Kubo, and Carlo also pitting. And so this is all looking very interesting, but the other innovator actually losing quite some positions with all of this. The Charge will be pitting very soon. Sobos stays out actually. Sobos decides to stay out. It's gonna have to pit with 6 laps to go, maybe. But Maria Fries is now looking very great, and she's leading the way. Second place, but Sobos is certainly gonna be pitting, so Maria Fries will be taking her first win of the race. Of the season, I mean, but Corvin, her teammate, might actually be her own biggest rival for today's race. Because he's second with the second net, or with the net second place. Rosin is on the hearts. And so Corvin has got some work to do here. He has the soft tire, he has the better tires, so it's possible for him to actually win the race. So we are starting to have a big battle and know who's actually batting for the win. You know, Sobol leaves the pit stops, leaves his pits now in P5. And what he needs is that the drivers ahead will battle each other. That's what his strategy will be depending on. If he can somehow catch back to the lead group, then he might have a chance to win the race. But now you can see now Corvin goes really wide. He's time with this. Oh, as Rosim is also fighting for the podium. It will be his third podium of his career after taking a podium in the last 2 rounds of the last season in both Korea and also Paradisa. As he took a win on that final round. But yeah, either way, still Mario Free is leading the way with 4 laps to go. Then it's Rosim in second, then it's Corvin third. And then you got Charge AT now trying to catch back to that group, and then you got Sobel as well with much better tires. But Corvin has really lost a lot of time there with that incident. Maybe he got pushed by Rosim, that could be possible. But that might all play in favor of Mario Freeze, who might just be able to hold on to the lead until the end of the race. As then you got some battling here. It's Gironi versus Graf. As Graf we would expect to be much further ahead, but things are not really gone that well. And now he goes for the sideline with Gironi. They go side by side into the final corners. And now there he goes. Graf gets the move done, but Gironi might try and go for the sideline, and he pushes Graf out of the track. He's gonna push him right into the final corner. And I think now Hazim has got caught up by Corvin, who is now up in the second place. But that time is running out. He has better tires. But there's only 2 laps to go to the end of the race. Can Corvin do it? At least the podium is there, I would say, which is already very positive. And also 1-2 result for SGR is on the line with Charge AT and also Sobel trying to catch back to this group right here. But that time is running out. I think Sobel may have picked too late and may have misjudged that strategy and not get things that right today. But I think Mario Freeze is looking very well to take the win. The first win of the season. I'm not really sure if it would be the lead of the championship. And actually it might be because Antti, the current leader coming to this race, is down in the P15, so things not really looking that well for him, as he has a lot of crashes with the wrist at the beginning of the race. And now we are having a black storm right here. It looks like he has been cleaned up. And as you can see right here, Mario Freeze is about to cross the line to take the win on the German Grand Prix. And there he goes. First win for Mario Freeze of the season. Corvin takes second place for 1-2 for FCR. And I think it's the first one ever for FCR. So that's a very historic result for them. As Rosim takes third place on his home Grand Prix. Then Charge AT picking an amazing fourth place. As we got in Sobel ahead of Tanimator. Then it's Shuni. Then it's Raf, Kano, Kubo. Let's see, once again P11 as well, Randy, 12, then Sexy Digger, last all these words, Antti, Matimar, then you got Komikaze, and Yuri still yet to finish the race. And there we go, everyone is finishing already, once again. And here we go, Mario Freeze takes the first win of the season, and Corvin taking second place, first 1-2 for FCR in the history of the team. With Rosim taking third on his home race, so third podium of his career with Charge AT, then P4 again. And then we got Sobel in P5, then Tanimator ahead of Gironi, then you got Kado, then Kubo goes in the top 10, and Kado with the fastest lap. Then you got Klexi once again tying his best ever results with then Grundy in P12, the constructors leading coming to this race. They are starting on the fall off with then Sexty Digger in P13, which I still deserves P14 is anti. Far down P15 is gonna lose that championship lead for sure. Then you got Matimar 46 in P16 and you got Komikaze and Riz in last place today. Now let's go into the interviews. Let's then look into the winners today. Is Corvid here? I'm not really sure. Mary also not here. So Game on Goose, your team has finally got the 1-2 today. How do you feel?
Woohoo! We finally did it. That was amazing. I was rooting for Corvin for the win, but Marion takes it. Oh yeah.
And once again, an amazing recovery from Mary Free. She crashed at the beginning of the race, but she once again managed to just come back, and so he has been the recovery master today. And I think this could be very crucial for the title fight if she has this ability to just come so far behind. So I think everything just very promising for FGR this season. And but yeah, then let's see all the drivers right here.
Finally, Corvin didn't get screwed by rain.
Yes, there was pretty much no rain only at the beginning, and but yeah, let's see here. Chargity in P4. How about?
I'm quite surprised, really. There wasn't anything very special with how I drove today, but I guess consistency and a bit of strategy paid off.
Alright, very, very nice to hear. Also, Karav, you're looking very promising for today's race, but things didn't seem to be going that well. But still, P8 another top 10. How do you feel about the race?
Hello? Yes.
Hi.
So the thing is, I had an accident with Isto at the start. I fell all the way into like dead last. And the race I was feeling really fast and I made a climb all the way to P8. I'm still a bit surprised. Because I was gonna finish P14 at one point.
Alright, nice to hear. So
I'm
it
still
looks like
quite
you did have the
happy.
pace, but not a good start in at the beginning. And it saw you actually falling down a lot of positions, but yeah, either way, now they're top 10, so not really that bad of a result. As then we
Yeah.
got also Kuletsi with once again tying up his best ever result in 2 races in a row. How do
Let's
you feel it?
go. I feel kind of pissed because I lost the P9 in the last turn. I got
Oh my
kind of
god.
lucky, and yeah, it's amazing. I didn't expect this, but yeah, I'm totally full of joy. Yeah, yeah, I don't know what to say.
Well, amazing result today. So once again, P11, and that might certainly be crucial for the team. So, all right. So let's see other drivers right here to interview. Believe I don't know. Maybe Matimar. Today you got P16. Looks like you were quite far behind from P15. But how do you feel about today's race?
Okay. The beginning was promising. I gained some positions, but then I lost all of them. I decided after lap 10, I decided to just go all hearts. 13 laps. After lap 10, I did just 2 stops and finished in P16. A pretty satisfying result. At least I beat the raced and Kami.
All right,
But
nice to
yeah,
hear.
we want more in the next race.
All right, nice to hear. So I think we got at least your wrist first. Let's go with your wrist. I saw you have quite a lot of incidents with Anti at the beginning of the race. At the end, you got last place. How do you feel about today's race?
Yeah, it was a bit disappointing. At the start, I could see immediately that going for dries would be a good choice, unless the rain changed, which there was that possibility. But if it didn't, and I didn't feel like it would, that was definitely the best choice. I did lose some time with some traffic. Like I was trying to stay really close to Danny, but some of the people on the inters were also in my way. So I ended up when everyone pitted, I was like in the middle of the pack. So that wasn't ideal. I was expecting to get a bit more out of that, but still, it wasn't that bad. I did have a couple lag rockets with anti, and then at the end, I think I also made the wrong tire choice to try and outpace Kami. Yeah, I kind of changed my mind on the tire strategy a couple times during the race. It was probably not a good idea, but yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's actually a really fun track. But
Yeah,
the
I might
weekend
actually
not very
agree
good.
with that. It's very fast track, but also very, very fun. But yeah, let's hope that things go better for you in the next races. And in the meantime, I see that Corby is right here. What a race, man! Second place, best ever result. It wasn't to win, but still, amazing result for the team, for you as well.
Yeah, I'm wrapped. The pole was I was really happy with getting pole, though I feel like I did leave a few hundredths on the floor. And then the race start, I got away well. I did the strategy I wanted to. I did make a bit of an adjustment later on to try and get back into the lead, but it just wasn't enough at the end. Really happy, just in general. We had the FGRs were the two fastest cars today, which is it's just something else, and it's different being like this close to the win. So like the first time, I'm sure the first like if this happens more often, I'll be a bit more upset. But for now, this is it's very pleasing, and I hope to keep it up for the rest of the season.
All right, nice to hear. Let's hope that things continue to be that way, as your team certainly looking very strong right now. And I believe FCR will certainly more than 100% take that championship clear. So really good day for the Canadian yellow team. But yeah, this was it. I think there's no more people to really interview. But yeah, hope you guys like today's race. Next round is going to be in Hungary. Matra track made by Nandi. It's a fictional one, and but yeah, either way. All right, so I guess see you there and goodbye.